With the January transfer window having just opened up and rumours circulating of an estimated £130 million move to see Philippe Coutinho leave Anfield and arrive at Barcelona, the debate has sparked up once again about whether the money in modern day football is becoming too much. Regardless of your stance on the opinion, it tends to always be quite interesting seeing the world's most established talents moving clubs. What I found even more interesting was the thought of what it would be like if all these players joined forces and moved to a struggling Premier League side like Stoke. Would they thrive, prosper, and take over football? Or would egos clash and sabotage any chance of success? Well, today we find out. Can the world's most expensive team win the Premier League? G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another FIFA 18 experimental video. As you can see, Stoke City, 5-star. We're taking them over and seeing if we can build the club with the world's most expensive transfers and see if we can win the Premier League. And I mean, it only makes sense for us to make our manager Zinedine Zidane, considering he currently sits in 12th position for the all-time highest transfers. He once had the world record after he moved from Juventus to Real Madrid for £46.6 million in 2001. But fellas, if you do go on to enjoy today's FIFA 18 career mode experiment video, make sure you leave a like on the video and also make sure that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. So it is now time to go through the starting lineup and then have a look at the substitutes and reserves. Now, some of you guys might get upset by the starting 11 I've chosen, but it has nothing to do with what I think of them as a player, how they're rated in the game. It all just comes down to who was the most expensive transfer in the position available. So I'm going to start in goals here. Our goalkeeper is going to be Edison. The Brazilian goalkeeper did move to Man City from Benfica in the most recent transfer window for £34.9 million. Moving to left back, and it is another Man City player who also joined in the summer. It is going to be Benjamin Mendy, only 78 rated on FIFA, but he did cost Man City a lofty £52 million. Also, I might add that I'm playing a 4-3-3 attacking formation. Our centre-back is going to be the most recent transfer in the world and in the team, Virgil van Dijk, moving from Southampton to Liverpool for a mind-blowing £75 million, making him the most expensive defender of all time. And our other centre-back is the man that held that title before Van Dijk. It is David Luiz, when he moved from Chelsea to PSG for £50 million. Our right back is another Man City player that moved in real life in the transfer window, the summer transfer window. It is going to be Kyle Walker, who moved from Tottenham to Manchester City for £50 million. Now, one of the more interesting players in this starting 11 that I'm sure a lot of you guys hadn't really thought of, it's going to be Oscar. He comes into the side after moving from Chelsea to Shanghai. So the first, or the only Chinese league player in the side is going to be Oscar. The Brazilian moved to the Chinese league for an estimated £56.5 million, which is insane. And it's insane because for about £6 million more, you could get our centre attacking midfielder, which is James Rodriguez. He moved from Monaco to Real Madrid after an impressive 2014 World Cup with Colombia for £63 million. And our next midfielder is going to be the man that broke the transfer record last season. Since then, quite amazingly, it has been broken 2 more times, which is just mental. But Paul Pogba is going to be our centre midfielder for the squad. He moved from Juventus back to Manchester United for a mind-blowing £89 million. Our right winger is going to be the man that currently sits second in the world for the most expensive transfer of all time. And it is someone that has barely even proved himself over a long period of time. It is going to be Ousmane Dembele, the wonder kid, the French wonder kid, signed from Borussia Dortmund to Barcelona. I'm sure Manchester United wish they had him, but from Borussia Dortmund to Barcelona for £97 million, which is crazy. And the reason they were able to splash the cash on Dembele is because of this transfer. Our left winger, the most expensive transfer of all time, over doubling what Barcelona paid for Dembele. Neymar, one of my favorite players in real life, went from Barcelona to PSG for £200 million. That is absolute insanity. Couldn't even imagine what I would do with £200 million. That is crazy. And then our striker is going to be the most expensive striker signing of all time. It is going to be the Argentinian striker Gonzalo Higuain, who moved from Napoli to Serie A rivals Juventus for a crazy sum of £75.3 million. So that is our starting 11 done and dusted. Now I'm going to quickly go through the substitutes and reserves here. So first of all, the second most expensive goalkeeper of all time, Gianluigi Buffon, who moved from Parma to Juventus for £32.6 million. Another Man City signing is going to be John Stones. He moved from Everton for £47.5 million. A lot of Premier League players in this squad, and it's another Premier League defender. It is Mustafi, who transferred to Arsenal for £35 million. A big name player here who just got pushed out of the squad by Oscar, out of the starting 11. It is Kevin De Bruyne. He signed from Wolfsburg, I think it was, or Werder Bremen. I'll know during editing, but one of the two sides. He signed for Man City for £55 million. Then a man that had the transfer record for a short period of time there, Gareth Bale. He comes in for £86 million, transferred from Tottenham to Real Madrid. Insane. Kind of crazy that Dembele is 11 million more than him and 6 overall less in terms of FIFA rating. The highest rated player in our squad is going to be on the bench here. It is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo, who moved from Manchester United to Real Madrid for £80 million. And another La Liga striker here. It is going to be Luis Suarez, who moved from Liverpool to Barcelona for £75 million. Now we do have 8 players in our reserves, so I'll quickly go through them. First of all, the third most expensive goalkeeper of all time, Manuel Neuer, £19 million to go to Bayern Munich. Thiago Silva is going to be the final defender in the squad. He moved from AC Milan to PSG for £33 million. A very recent transfer now, it is going to be Naby Keita, who also joins Van Dijk at Liverpool for a crazy sum of £48 million. Gylfi Sigurdsson is going to join the squad here. He transferred from Swansea to Everton for £45 million. Now, Everton had all this money to spend because of our next player, who is going to be Romelu Lukaku. The striker moved from Everton to Manchester United for the same amount of money as Luis Suarez, £75 million. Zlatan Ibrahimovic joins the squad here, moving back in the day for £56 million. Edinson Cavani, full of strikers in this squad, but Edinson Cavani joins here. He went from Napoli to PSG for £55 million. And finally, another Manchester City player, another one of Pep Guardiola's revolution players, Raheem Sterling, moving from Liverpool to Manchester City for £44 million. So a lot of players to get through here. It's a very stacked squad and a lot of money on the table. In fact, I'm not going to work it out right now, but I'll put a little calculated sum somewhere on the screen saying how much this squad costs in total. I am sure it's going to be an amount of money that I could not even fathom. But anyways, what we are going to do with this squad, we are going to simulate halfway through the Premier League season, see how we're going, see if we are in with a shot of winning the Premier League title. Then we're going to check out how our team's going, all that good stuff. Then we'll simulate to the last day of the season and play that game. Hopefully it's to lift the Premier League title, might just be to see how the team goes, but the final day of the season is going to be away at Swansea, which could actually prove to be a big relegation game in real life. But anyways, I will see you guys on the 1st of January so we can suss out how we're going. Okay, so halfway through the Premier League season, well actually just over halfway because it's a World Cup year, but we're in an awesome position. It seems like it is somewhat of a two-dog promotional winning race, title race between us and Chelsea. 1 point between us and Chelsea, 46 points for them, 45 for us. Spurs and Watford are the teams closest to us, but still a two-game advantage behind Watford. So we're in an awesome position. Not that it really matters this season, but the drop zone is definitely interesting. Very close between 14th and 20th. Newcastle, Brighton and Everton, however, currently fill all 3 bottom spots. But for us, the experiment, it is still on track. We are definitely in the hunt of completing the experiment, and it's going to be a very interesting second half of the season. And I mean, currently, to have a quick look at some of the top scorer stats, we've got 3 players in the top 8 for the goals. So Pogba with 9, Bale with 8, Ronaldo with 7. Do we have any others up there? De Bruyne with 6. Higuain must not be scoring. Maybe he got benched by the assistant manager, but we've got a lot of players up there having a good time. Pogba's having a great season, currently 7th in assists with 5. Who else is handing out assists? De Bruyne with 3. That's alright in that regard. Neuer, Buffon. Wow, they've actually benched Edison. Edison has been benched. I need to do something about that. But Neuer with 8 clean sheets, Buffon with 4. So things definitely are going well at the moment. I will see you guys just before the last game of the season against Swansea. Hopefully we are in the title hunt. If not, champions by the point I speak to you next. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, here it is. 37 games played. And it is well and truly a 2-horse race. The final day of the season. Stoke City versus Chelsea. Now, it leaves me asking the question. Yes, I want to play the game and see how we go and see if there can be not like last minute heroics. But if I play it, does it ruin the experiment? Does it not validify the experiment? Because if I'm tampering with it, then it can't be an actual experiment, can it? It can't really be an experiment. That's what I'm debating. Do I do it for entertainment purposes, or do I do it for legitness purposes? You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna play the game. Entertainment purposes over everything. This is YouTube. This is an entertainment channel, so apologies if you don't like me playing the game, but I think it adds to the fun of it all. And who knows, I might not even win it. Looking at the drop zone, however, Everton had an awesome second half of the season. Huddersfield, Brighton and Newcastle all go back down to the championship. But we're going to be taking on 16th placed Swansea City in the final game of the Premier League season. Let's go and have a look at who Chelsea are facing. Fixtures. May, where are we? Chelsea are facing Newcastle United. So we both have relatively easy opponents in the grand scheme of things. Should be quite interesting. Not that it really matters too much for the grand scheme of things, but I thought it'd be a good look at... It's worth having a look at how we went in the FA Cup and the League Cup. So we were eliminated by Ipswich Town in the quarterfinals on penalties. And we actually managed to win the League Cup, and what a domination that is. So we beat Chelsea in the round of 16 2-1. We beat Huddersfield in the quarters 3-0. We beat Man United in the semi-finals 2-0. And we absolutely thrashed Tottenham 4-0 in the finals. So we've had a good season, it seems like. But anyways, fellas, here it is. The final day of the season. Swansea City versus Stoke City. We need to win the game. If we win and Chelsea lose or draw, we're Premier League champions. If Chelsea win, they're Premier League champions regardless. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to turn on... Oh, it's already turned on. Sweet. Let's get into it. At the Liberty Stadium, Swansea City versus Stoke City. Alright, here we go, fellas. Premier League graphics. Here's to hoping I don't get a copyright strike like I used to get when I showed Premier League footage, but it is Swansea City versus Stoke City. Match day 38, the final day of the Premier League season. A big away support, as you would expect. They have come here to hopefully see the Potters, their Stoke City, lift the Premier League title. It feels so weird seeing some of these players in a Stoke City kit. But here is another look at the Premier League table. We have a much better goal difference than Chelsea as well. So even if they drop points and we draw, if they lose and we draw, we win the Premier League title. Here is the Swansea City starting 11. So this is the part that I'm really nervous about in terms of copyright strikes. But it is going to be Fabianski in goals, Norton, Mawson, Olsen, Fernandez, Van der Horn. Then they got Renato Sanchez in there with Fulton and Rocky Mesa, and then Abraham and Boney up top. Now this is going to be quite funny to see, but here is our starting lineup. Edison in between the sticks. Kyle Walker, David Luiz, Virgil van Dijk, and Benjamin Mendy are our back four. Oscar, James Rodriguez, and Paul Pogba make up the midfield, and then a front line of Gonzalo Higuain, Neymar, and Dembele. It is the same side I showed you guys at the start of the video. But anyways, let's get into it. The final day of the Premier League season against Swansea. They're running through here, Swansea. Olsen, good stuff, Walker. There's been no highlights as of yet. It's been a very dull game. We're trying to get something to happen here. Higuain, terrible ball. Go on, Neymar. Yes, good tackle from Neymar. Neymar runs through. Can he get something going? Neymar, we're going to have the shot. He scores with the first attempt of the game. Let's go and celebrate in front of our away Stoke fans, but it's honestly been such a crap game up until this point. I'm so surprised that Neymar scored this one. Did very well to win the ball back there. Holds it up off the right foot and puts it top right hand corner, just to show you guys, because a lot of you guys probably don't watch them all. Some of you might watch the rebuilds, but I've gone back to the default sliders, 50 for everything. Hopefully you guys believe me, but I'm surprised we scored that one. Swansea looking to hit back here. Tammy Abraham puts that one across the face of the goals, and Boney forces Edison into a good save. Tammy Abraham going here to Wilfred Boney. It's a good tackle. Trying to get them on the counter. Here we go, fellas. Maybe the game's going to start to liven up a bit now that there's been a goal. Higuain holding it up. Nice moves there from Gonzalo Higuain. He shoots, he scores, he got it off, and we're 2-0 up now against Swansea City. That is awesome to see. Thought for sure that he was going to lose the ball here. That was a nice move to get past Van der Horn, but I thought right there, just before we got the shot off, I thought for sure that they had the tackle done and dusted, but obviously not. Good stuff, Mendy. Gets it here to Neymar. Neymar's holding it up. Neymar goes through to Higuain. Is he onside? I'm going to put the cross in regardless. Dembele wins the header, but forces Fabianski into the save. Right, we get our third corner in a row here. Paul Pogba, we're going to try the same thing as we've been doing every other time. It goes in here. It's going to fall. Neymar can't get the shot off. He does! How did he get the shot off? We're 3-0 up, but I honestly don't know how Neymar got that shot off. Wow, we have gone insane here. This front line, the front three is crazy. Wow, okay, I want to see a replay of this one. Neymar picks up a brace, and we're dominating. I don't think a win isn't on the cards anymore. Fell straight into the defender, and then he just got the follow-up. Good stuff. Swansea looking to hit back here. Looking to give themselves an opportunity for a massive comeback. Abraham putting it in the area. They hit that one straight at Edison. Might have time for one last opportunity before halftime. Kyle Walker goes there. Still on. Dembele goes. Higuain through to Pogba. 4-0. We're just not missing. I mean, I'm not surprised because I'm so used to playing teams like Barcelona and Man City and all these sort of teams in the rebuild series, and now we face someone like Swansea, and we're just absolutely on fire with this team as well. The most expensive team in world football, 4-0 up at halftime. Alright, there it is. That is halftime. Let's go and check out the other results and see how things are going in the Chelsea game. Where are we? Newcastle United Chelsea, 1-1 draw at the moment. Come on, Newcastle. Keep it that way. Newcastle need to score goals for us. If they do, if Newcastle keep it like this, we will be champions. I'm going to make 2 halftime substitutions as well. Luis Suarez and Kevin De Bruyne on for Higuain and Oscar. Come on, let's see how many goals we can pile on here. Suarez going to James Rodriguez. Almost 5-0. Here we go. Can we get a 5th goal? Luis Suarez. There's half an hour to go. James Rodriguez does deserve a goal, but he's going to go there to Ousmane Dembele, who's going to square it. It goes back out. James Rodriguez. Oh, it's deflected off Neymar. And Neymar's going to get himself a hat-trick. We are 5-0 up here, and we just need to be hoping that Newcastle are on fire. Look at that. Has that even gone off Neymar? I don't even know. It's gone off the defender. Swansea are on the attack here. Leroy Fer goes to Wilfred Boney. They haven't pushed us any trouble so far. They caused a save for Edison, but it is saved quite comfortably. They're trying to score here. Trying to get themselves a consolation goal. Not going to affect anything though. But they're going to get through and hit the post. Here we go. Dembele playing it through to his Barcelona teammate Luis Suarez. Holds it up. I see the perfect run of James Rodriguez, who goes straight through and makes it 6-0. He gets a valuable, a deserved goal. Not so much valuable, but deserved goal. We're 6-0 up here. I expected us to do well, but not this well. Great move from Suarez. Great run from Rodriguez. Alright, here we go, fellas. 2 added minutes. We've already won the match. We just need to hope Newcastle have held Chelsea to either a draw or a loss. We might be able to get a 7th goal now, though. Luis Suarez gets us a 7th goal. How ugly is that one for Swansea? We have absolutely murdered them. On Legendary, they need to add ultimate difficulty into FIFA. I'm telling you, we just absolutely killed them today. Lethal finishing, great passing, great runs. We're going to get one hand on the title. Now we just got to wait for the referee's full-time whistle. What's the celebration's going to be? We're going crazy. We have won the Premier League title. We absolutely tear Swansea a new one and win 7 bloody 0. And we're going to win the Premier League title. Wait, are we? Are we celebrating for winning the Premier League title or for winning or for qualifying for Champions League? Surely it's got to be for winning the Premier League title. We will soon see. But fellas, I'm going to do my outro and hopefully I get to outro you to the Premier League title. Yep, there it is. We're Premier League champions. Fellas, if you enjoyed today's FIFA 18 experiment video, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. And make sure you check out my social media links, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my second channel. All linked down below. Enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.